Hi, my name is Bryan Walker, and I'm refuting Lyle Lee's claim that the U.S. penny or cent has become obsolete and outdated as a unit of currency. For his first supporting claim, the penny costs us unnecessary time, my advocate stated that handling pennies adds 2 to 2.5 seconds per cash transaction, assuming the average citizen makes one such transaction every day, and so waits, to be conservative, 730 seconds a year. He also states that the median worker earns just over $36,000 a year, or about 0.5 cents per second, so futzing with pennies costs him or her $3.65 annually. What my advocate was asserting is that when a person wastes time with pennies, they are actually wasting money, which is indirectly stating that time equals money. However, I have found a formula that says time does not actually equal money. According to an article, Is Time Really Money? From an online neighborhood of hundreds of helpful experts, which is owned by the New York Times and Today, is recognized as a top 15 content site and one of the largest producers of original content on the web, that money equals power times time times knowledge. While using the law of physics, power equals work over time. After working out a lengthy equation, the article concludes with, if time equals money, then power times knowledge equals 1. This implies that the more you know, the less powerful you are, and the more powerful you are, the less you know. It is again empirically obvious, which means it's been done by an experiment, that it is simply not the case. Therefore, I must conclude that, in fact, time does not equal money, and the amount of time spent dealing with pennies does not equal enough justification for the removal of the penny from the U.S. monetary system. For his second supporting claim, the penny costs us unnecessary money, my advocate stated that it is costing the government 1.7 cents to manufacture the 1 cent penny out of zinc and copper. My advocate was saying that for every $10 million of minted pennies, $7 million goes down the drain as a result of using zinc and copper. One obvious solution to the overpriced penny is to change the type of metal it's made out of. However, alternative metals have been proposed but shot down. Now, according to the article, Should the Penny Go? From the website savingadvice.com, if the penny is no longer in circulation, then most stores will round their merchandise up to the nearest nickel. For those stores who would still keep prices between nickels, would require people to pay either by check or credit card because it would be impossible to pay the exact amount in cash. Some might say that the savings from the extra cost of manufacturing the penny will not be worth the extra amount it will cost for Americans when merchandise is rounded to the nearest nickel. Also, charities that conduct pennies from heaven campaigns or rely on change in wishing wells and fountains for donations would see a decrease in funding. Because people value pennies little, they are likely to donate them when asked, even if they wouldn't normally donate to the requesting charity. For my advocate's third supporting claim, the penny no longer has much use in terms of everyday commercial utility. He states that many people do not actually use pennies as a means of making transactions, but rather only receive them as change. However, we rely on the pennies for major things such as the exchange rate between other countries. We must have the penny in certain instances, like when exchanging the $1 Canadian to 0.63 US dollars, according to the definition of exchange rate. Also, according to an article support for the penny from the website American for Common Sense, in a February 2006 Coinstar national currency poll found that 2/3 or 66% of Americans want to keep the penny as a legal tender. The poll also discovered that 84% of females and 74% of males would still pick up a penny off the ground. Evidence such as this shows that Americans still require the penny's use and should keep it as legal tender. From all the evidence I presented against removing the penny, it does not make sense to get rid of America's most favored president on U.S. currency. According to the Coinstar National Currency Poll, Abraham Lincoln is the most favored president featured on U.S. currency, just beating George Washington 28% to 25%. Thank you.